Hi guys. So today I want to talk to you guys about accessories, um, like in particular watches and fashion. Um, there are a lot of guys out there. They love watches. They invest in watches. They understand the history, and the make, the mechanisms of watches, and that's great. Um, but for me, um, I'm interested in watches, and I appreciate those type of things in watches. But when it comes to personal use, um, watches for me is just something to tell time. And if you're wearing a specific outfit, it can complement that outfit. Now, since I don't have unlimited money, and I'd rather the money that I do have, I'd rather spend it like investing in the stock market, or um, investing it in my athletes, through the non-profit that I work with. Um, I am frugal when it comes to buying things like watches. So, and when I say frugal, I'm not talking about like cheap. I just have a limited amount. Like for instance, there's this watch. This is that Samsung Galaxy watch, and you know, the reason I bought this watch, I actually waited till it was on sale when I was doing research, and it went on sale for like 279. Now to me that's a little expensive, but this is the first watch I've bought in a very long time, and the other watch that I had previously was a Fossil, and one of my kids probably broke it out because it disappeared. I don't see it anymore. But I bought this with the understanding that the face of this watch, right, can be changed to something else, as you can see. I don't know if that's clear or not, but you can change the face of the watch, and although it doesn't replicate like a real watch that's like mechanical watch, it gives a little pop of color, or it can go black, either way. And this allows just to have a little something extra that people can catch, that can catch the eye more for as a fashion statement, but it also functions where I can look at it real quickly and tell the time rather than pulling my phone out of my back pocket or something like that, which what I used to do. And because I use my phone primarily, I used to wear a lot of cargo pants, and that um, people would take me less seriously unless they knew me. you know I would be taken less seriously. And although I was never disrespected in any way, um, it you know dressing, when I spoke about valuing your appearance and health, you understand this is just like a continuation of that. So I bought this watch which I can have multiple faces. So it's like I have an unlimited number of classic style watches. And I bought this one instead of the Apple one because the Apple is kind of rectangle, and this is more of the classic style. And although this is supposed to be black and black, the little bezel that turn is actually gray. It's not solid. It's not black like the rest of the thing. The band, as you can see, this is, I think it's alligator or crocodile. I can't remember, but I replaced the band just to give it a little more class. Um, but I still have the sport band that came with it. And even though the sport band worked well, I really don't see a comparison that's like any big difference, except this is leather. Um, Depending if I wear like a suit, this will go really well with it. Now I'm waiting for the Stingray band, leather band, because I like Stingray leather. I've studied it for years, and I've only now started to really invest, uh, or pursue anything with Stingray. And I'll do a video on one of the items that I have with Stingray in another video. So I have this watch, and then I recently bought this one. It's a gold watch. It's an Invicta, and I'm assuming it's crystals or rhinestone. I'm not a big fan of diamonds, like real diamonds, on an item like this. Um, You know, there's some people that do, and that's fine. That doesn't really bother me. I'm not like a, you know, a diamond hater. I just don't care for diamonds on items like these because you might break it and stuff like that. You know, it could get stolen. You know, and then I really don't. Of course, you have insurance and things like that, but this watch costs about 190. I could have got that includes the fitting. It had to be fitted to my hand, and this is a Disney Invicta I picked up at a mall recently, and it's a really, you know, it can go with pretty much anything except crazy casual stuff, and those are the only two watches I need. And compared to this watch, you know, as you can see, the gold in this is nothing compared to the gold on this physical watch, and this watch cannot replicate this perfectly. At least the technology isn't there yet, but they both serve their purpose. The second wear from casual to formal. The second wear for formal or certain, you know, certain things. Also, this is a lady's watch. This particular one, it's Minnie Mouse, and it's a 38 millimeter face, whereas this one is a 42 millimeter. And I really don't give a damn that it's a lady's watch, as long I'm confident in who I am and my sexuality, and the watch actually looked good on my hand, so that's why I got the watch. And you know, it's only after the fact I realized it's a lady's watch, but it didn't matter. I was still gonna buy it because it looked pretty good on my hand, you know. So don't be intimidated by also looking at women's watches, as long, you know, as long as they're masculine enough to fit your hand, because I don't have big hands, so, and my wrist isn't that huge, so this watch works great for me. So my tip is, don't be intimidated by looking at women's accessories. Don't be intimidated by buying a couple watches, and if you're like a super lover of watches, well then, you know, the sky's the limit on that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not a big fan of a whole lot of accessories. I like to maximize the little that I invest in, because I look at these as investments in my appearance, and but I don't want to have like 100 watches. You know, I want, if I have to buy a third watch, then I will when that time comes. In the meantime, this one is serving its purpose, giving a little color to complement maybe my shoelace or the sunglasses I'm wearing at a time, or I got this one if I want to like scale things up a little bit. And I'm not ashamed that it's not real gold. I think it's gold plated. I'm not ashamed that it's not real diamonds, because that's not what I'm trying to replicate. That's not what I'm trying to represent. I like the sparkle of the gems that's on it. I like the glitter of the gold engravements inside. I like the band, but I'm not trying to pretend that I'm rich. And if that's what a lot of people try to do, they fail at it. And because now they'll flick the wrist so everybody trying to see it. I wear it because I just like how it looks, and I like how it looks on me, and I'm not wearing it for anybody else. And that's also beneficial as far as health, because it affects your emotional health. When you buy things for you and not really to please other people, you know, it's healthy for your emotional health and emotional growth. And then by being one of the 7 healths, emotional health is allow you to strive to be physically healthy and all that stuff as part of the growing process that we do every day. So hopefully you like this video. Subscribe if you have any questions about watches and the accessories, and why any that I didn't cover. So why I only have 2 watches, why I only use the feature of the watch on this one, and you know, just ask and I will do my best to answer. Like the video, subscribe. You all have a good day.